Zerbah here, and I'm back with another video today. And today I'll be doing something a little bit different. You guys requested I make this video on strategies for the full isolation map, and so I'll show first the units I'll be using for this game. And so the first one will be the Grenadier, my Jaguar, my Porcupine, my Mammoth, and my Chameleon. Keep in mind that mines will also be used in this game by my ally, which will be maxed for level 20, which is like 11 on the mine. And so let's go right to the battle. Here we go. So as I said, we will be fighting on the full isolation map, and I will show you different strategies that we use to win this game that can win the game by themselves on most occasions. So you'll see that I am starting off on blue dues, and this blue player here is actually starting on gold. So he gets they get more containers than I do at the start. And you'll see that Hamza is also going forward ships. Here you can see that the green player is going for Vikings right away. And so Hamza does something a little bit different here, in that he plays mines all over the area where the Viking is going to come out. And you'll see in a second here that it's very effective destroying the first Viking and allowing this first alligator that pops out to destroy that shipyard and basically remove Green's naval presence. So this is the first strategy that's possible, that you can possibly use on this map. So long as your enemy builds his base near the coast, you can fully destroy his base with an alligator type rush. But as you can see, Hamza's alligators are not maxed. They have all the like damage and health and defense maxed, but not the anti-air, and so they can't stand up to those buildings. And this green player here is maxed, and his buildings are taking forever to die. And by the way, in case I didn't say it before, this will be only a resistance for this map, since I know both Confederation and Resistance hit this map. So I will be starting off with an Mammoth rush, and as you can see here, 2 Zeus are able to take out these Jaguars and Mammoths. Even though this Jaguar back here isn't firing, I missed micro on my end. But you'll see here that I am actually going to lose this if I continue this, and I actually need Grenadiers so that I can soak up damage from those Zeus, and you'll see that come into play in a second. As you can see, his alligator rush failed because of those vertex. Both the blue and the green player have vertex. The blue player is trying a sort of counterattack here, but there's too many units here for him to fight with just 2 Zeus. As you can see, he destroys shipyard, and the green player is sticking to Avia. You'll see me move back in for a hammer rush and a Mammoth rush, but I make a crucial mistake here. I do not force fire. You want to, whenever you're Mammoth rushing, this is another strategy for this map that works really well. Whenever you are Mammoth rushing, you want to force fire your Mammoths so that the enemy can't see where your Mammoth is on the first run, and they have to firstly scout it before actually attacking the Mammoth. So you'll see that most of my Mammoths here get picked off. But since all these Porcupines are here, it also costs him vertex. So you'll see here I start to learn from my mistake and I force fire, but for that mammoth it was too late, and right now this building here was repaired. As you can see, the grenadiers are also being built here. And you'll see Hamza here placing mines. Mines are also a key thing on this map, because mines can basically hinder an enemy and slow them down and keep them from counterattacking, since this map is so small. And as you can see, I move my grenadiers into the bushes so that these vertex don't snipe at my grenadiers, because they are already attacking my jaguars. And since they are attacking my jaguars, I get the feeling that my enemy is about to try to defend his base, because he's trying to thin out my defensive numbers. And so here you'll see how the grenadiers come into play against a Zeus, against Zeus, basically. As you can see, if they ignore the grenadiers destroy the Zeus, and if they attack the grenadiers, the jaguars and mammoths destroy the Zeus. So either way, it's a win-win for you. But since the green player is here to help out the blue player, I don't have the numbers, and also since those vertex were able to thin out my jaguar numbers, I don't have the numbers to fully defend against this, and so I'm gonna have to retreat to keep my porcupines alive. And those torrents there absolutely ruined the entire point of the mammoth rush, and especially with the grenadiers and the jaguars, and so I am not able to continue this type of play. So you'll see in a second here how the game progresses. As you see, those alligators are still poking at the green player and basically being a nuisance to try to waste away the green player's resources. As you'll see, Hamza is placing mines here, and you'll see these being utilized in a second. Hamza also has gone Hawks, and this is a support move. Actually, going Hawks later into the game on this map is a smarter move, because then you can do what Hamza here does, and basically catch them off guard while destroying a lot of their units. Hamza goes directly after all of the blue players' turrets. And you'll see that I have anti-air towers here to limit the blue player's maneuverability with those vertex. So as you see, he destroys all of those torrents, and now he is going after the units and also the airfield. Alright. So as you see, I was also attacked here a little bit by a few Zeus, and since all of those torrents are cleaned up, I decided to go for a counterattack, because I believe that my numbers are enough to take on those Zeus. And so as you see, I am here with all of my units, and I realize that these porcupines, it is pointless to set them forward, because then the green player can attack my army with his vertex once they lose their numbers. And as you saw, those grenadiers and these jaguars plus the mammoths in the back are able to deal with basically all of these Zeus. But since all I have left is one jaguar and a few mammoths, I'm unable to continue this attack. And so you'll see me retreat. Hamza is still continuing on his naval quest to try to do as much damage as possible. The green player is also going for Vikings. And so basically naval is a it's pointless at this point in the game. Except for defense, really. You shouldn't expect to break someone from the sea extremely elite unless you're going for a pure naval build. And you'll see me line up my mammoths right about now. And both the green player and the blue player going for Thors. And so you'll see me here go for an anti-Thor build to try to defend against that because, again, Thors are really dangerous, especially on these tiny maps with these tiny entrances. And so you'll see how this works. I'll show you how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anti-air towers with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems like 5 porcupines. And right here, you'll see the first Thors come out and how they get absolutely destroyed. One of the Thors gets destroyed on the first run in. And the second Thor almost dies to it, but actually dies to Hamza's Hawks. That's another really good use for Hawks on this map. As you see, since I see this torrent poking out, I'm able to attack the torrent. And that Thor that just came to bomb my army was destroyed immediately by all this anti-air. Same with this one. So, as you can see, I'm basically wasting away his resources. And whenever he tries to make a counterattack on my base with all of his Zeus, my mammoths, I have 6 of them, are able to outrange all of those Zeus and basically pitch in damage and allow the Zeus to be either hurt or destroyed. And you'll see that here these mines are also quite useful because they deter him from attacking deeper into my base. So he has to stop where he is. He can't just continue all the way in. And so you'll see that I also see an opening right here. There is little defensive things here. Defensive buildings, defensive units, and so I decided to take the opportunity to try to attack the enemy here. And whenever your enemy leaves an opening in the middle, you're able to, you should try to take it as much as possible, more as a diversion, especially on this map, because you'll see here as well that Hamza is going for a nuclear. And so right when I saw this, I realized that my job was to distract both players long enough so that I can, so that Hamza can nuke them, and then basically the game is already over. You'll see they're trying to scout my base for the nuclear too. They missed another Thor run on my army, and so right about now I'm able to do some damage. And you'll also see that I am laying mines basically directly in their base. And this is so that I can perhaps later retreat when needed and defend against any real, defend against like them trying to walk into the fog. And you'll see right here that they actually walk over the mines. 2 of those mines were lit off, and so that means that 2 of those Zeus that were probably badly hurt were actually fully destroyed because of them. And so, as you'll see, I'm also again trying to make a diversionary attack right there, and Hamza is still continuing to build that nuke, and they are not scouting Hamza because they're so focused on me. And so with this type of strategy in nuking the enemy, you want to focus on trying to distract them as long as possible till your friend gets the nuclear, and then he can just destroy one base completely and you're able to move in. You'll see me move over this way now because his base is gone, and probably either his torrents or a lot of his Zeus are also gone. Or in this case, it was badly hurt. But since I don't have the numbers to confront that large of an army, I fall back and I do the same thing that I did before, but now they can't afford to lose these units. So you'll see those mammoths absolutely destroy all of those Zeus. And now Hamza is going back in with his hawks and destroying those torrents, as well as hurting those Zeus a little bit. And so I build up a few more numbers. And this, again, the strategy here is basically to waste away at their army. These mammoths and these mines don't allow them to attack you, and so you have the advantage in the fight. And so you'll see that the green player also went for a space strike, but at this point in the game it's too late because both the green players and the blue players' armies were badly hurt, and also they lost all their numbers, and I have all my production intact, so I'm able to fully attack them still. And you'll see that Hamza's nuke is still around. He didn't attack the nuclear, and so Hamza is able to strike back and destroy all of the Avia of the green player. And by this point, Naval is pointless. It's not going to give them any comeback of any sort, even though it might hurt Hamza in a way. It might hurt Hamza a little bit. As you can see, though, the blue player is gone, and so that means that both players are pretty much dead in this game. And that's just basically a throwaway of Zeus. Line them up for me. So as you'll see, for resistance, the best tactics, the best strategies to use on this map is more of a distraction and more of a hit and run type of play. As you saw, I was picking off his Zeus one by one as they tried to chase my Jaguars out of their base and into the range of my mammoths. And whenever they tried to use Thors, my anti-air was able to fully take out at the very least one or two of the Thors whenever they attacked. And so those Thors were extremely costly to use. These are some resistance strategies I would recommend for level 16 plus. And this is, for 16, that's a big stretch because this is like extremely late game type of strategy, as well as most players at lower levels use infantry and stuff. And so I'd recommend that you only use this versus the players that use Zeus and Torrents, as well as Thors. These are, again, 16 plus strategies, and they take a considerable amount of effort and sometimes even skill to control all of that in one game. You want to, as I said in the middle here, you want to try to find any opening you can to attack both of your enemies, especially in the middle, because if they leave the middle open, then you can attack down the hill on both of the players. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button down below, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe. Hope you have a good day, and see you guys next time.